there, I'm Mrs. Wall. We're from Wall Greenhouse and Nursery. And normally when people come to us, they're wanting to plant a garden. And if they plant their garden, they're going to choose to use plants or seeds. Well, I'm going to show you how you can do it by just going to your refrigerator. So if you look here, I have some produce from the produce section at the grocery store, or like I said, from your mom's refrigerator. And I'm going to tell you what you can do to make your very own garden. Now, a garden doesn't have to be planted in the ground, the end product. You can actually use pots. But we're going to start with some small pots. After they get larger and they grow, then you can move them up to a larger pot, like I said, if you don't want to plant them in the ground. So, we're going to start with potatoes. So this is a sweet potato, and this is just your Irish potato. Now, if you'll notice the difference in these two potatoes, this potato is just plain, you see? But this one has already started growing sprouts. So what we're going to do to the potato is we're going to get Mom to help us out. We're going to take a knife and we're going to cut the potato. Now you can actually cut it into different sections so that you have these little sprouts, because it's going to turn into a potato vine and you can actually grow your very own potatoes. So we need soil for this one. So we'll just plant it in the soil a couple of inches down there. And we can, each one of these little sprouts will be able to grow us another potato vine. Alrighty, moving right along. How many of you like avocados? Well, did you know you could grow your own avocados? The way we're going to do that is, I took an avocado, cut it open, took the seed out or the pit out. I'm going to clean it up a little bit. But this one, I need water to propagate it. Now, propagation is a new word for you, so say that with me. Propagation. Well, now what that means is we're going to take one plant and we're going to make another plant out of it. So, to propagate our avocado, we're going to take and use some toothpicks and stick, say 3 or 4 in there. Now, once again, we use soil to propagate the potato. But to propagate the avocado, we're going to need some water. Now then, you can also use the soil, but this usually makes it, well, look at there. We're going to need to kind of stick it in the bottom of that. That was too high up and it would not go down into the water. So we're going to stick this into the water and it's going to start sprouting after a few weeks. Okay, so see, it's going to just float there in the water. Make sure that you keep the water filled up so that you can grow your own avocado plant. Now then, we can take carrots or we can take a turnip. And what we're going to do is, once Mom uses all of it and she throws away that top part of it, we can take that and plant it also. So, once again, we're going to cut it off. We're going to put it into the soil. And we all know that once we put it in the soil, what do we have to do? Water it. So once again, the top here, we're going to cut it off because Mom never uses that when she's cooking. We're going to cut it off and we're going to put it in the soil. So those are in there. Now then, I'm going to have to go back, remember, and water these for us to hope that it's going to grow. All right, moving right along. Now, these won't be in the refrigerator, but she probably has some in her pantry or in the cabinet. These are dried beans, all kinds of dried beans. You can even use peanuts that have not been roasted. And what we'll do is we'll use our beans, and once again, just a couple of inches down, push them down in there. And we're just going to plant us some pintos. So that once we water it, give it a few weeks, we'll start growing some vines. How about garlic? Now then, you're going to take your garlic bulb, take it apart, and we're going to get one of the sections, clean it up some, and then once again, we're just going to insert it in the soil, water it, and we should end up with a garlic plant. Those are really cool to have. Now then, you're gonna have to remember some of these things will grow underground. Like the garlic is gonna be produced under the soil. So will the carrots, so will the turnip. So these are gonna be actually growing under the soil, whereas the beans, they will be on top of the soil. Now then, Mom might have some celery there. Well, she's never going to use the end of the celery. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the celery and we're going to put it into cut it off, because Mom's going to use this probably for a snack, maybe add a little peanut butter or something to it. And we're going to put it into some water and leave it, and it's going to end up sprouting some roots. So then once we've, these things that we've had in water, once they sprout their roots after several weeks, then you'll be able to plant them into your garden. Also, we have some lettuce here, some leafy lettuce. The leafy lettuce, we'll just pull it off. Once again, we'll put it into some water and give it time, and it's going to sprout also. Cilantro, does anyone like cilantro? Or even basil. These are great things that you can, herbs that you can use. Mom might be making some salsa, so she might have a little cilantro or using it in a dish. So we're gonna make sure we pull off a few of these leaves. We're gonna put it in water. And once again, we're gonna have to keep this in the sun, because all this needs sunshine, just like outdoors if we were planting a real garden. This is things that, like we said, that we can find in our grocery store. You can make sure that these you keep in the sun, these you keep in the sun, but remember, we're gonna have to make sure these stay watered. So warm, sunshine, plenty of water. Now then, I have a question. Can you think of some other things that you can use in your refrigerator to make your own from the grocery store to the garden? I'm thinking, what about an apple? Wonder what I could do with that. Think we could do a lemon garden? Or even an orange? I challenge you. You find some things in your refrigerator that you could use, and be a scientist. Try it out. See if it works.